Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at Walmart out in McKinney, Texas. This is the Walmart right off of Lake Road in McKinney, Texas. You can see that there are a lot of outdoor gardening plants. Spring 2025 is here, which means that we will be touching base on the outdoor gardening plants as well as the indoor tropical plants. As always, plant foldies, please make sure you press the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself, and we already know we want to make this plant foldy community grow. And for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome, my name is Richie. I do 1-hour plant shopping videos, and if you get a chance, follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me if you have any questions about the plants, or if you just want to chat about plants that I am featuring in all of my plant shopping videos. But it is a late afternoon. I just got off of work, and I'm going to be featuring some of these indoor tropical plants, new releases from Costa Farms, but also outdoor plants from proven winners. So definitely check that out. But before we get into that, you already know that I will be featuring some of my favorite products. So please don't click away. Just stay tuned and check that out. But I did want to go ahead and get everybody excited about trying out a new soil substrate called Classy Rabbit. You'll see me do a potting video real quick, and then we'll get to the plant shopping video in just a second. Plant foldies, have you ever heard of this new soil called Classy Rabbit, which is from a local small business out in McKinney, Texas? Really excited to share with you this new soil, which is 100% organic. What I love about it is that this is a standalone type soil. You don't have to mix orchid bark or other amenities that actually make this soil chunky. It is already chunky, light, and fast draining. You can use it to improve your existing soil. What I also like about it is they are made by farmers, so they don't really consult like soil scientists or whatever that means. They really know what Mother Nature has in the soil. And what I like about it is I've been able to pot up a lot of my plants from overseas, and they have really acclimated to this soil. I love the fact that, again, it is 100% organic, and the ingredients that we have would be rabbit manure, composed food waste, pine bark chips, mycorrhizae, dried molasses, pumice, and expanded shale, rice hulls, and yucca extract. So all of those ingredients really make this soil. It is balanced, and what I love about it is Classy Rabbit products are simple where it counts, smart where they matter. So that means all of the ingredients that the soil needs, it's right there. They don't need to add anything else, and they don't offer anything that they don't need. I also love the fact that Classy Rabbit is priced well, where it's a happy medium between the low prices of cheap, and when I say cheap, quality, and the high prices of unnecessary ingredients. It kind of balances it both. And if you see right here, I potted this Aglaonema up in a terracotta planter. You can see how fast draining it is as I put a bunch of water into the soil. You can see that it is literally just draining through. But just because it's fast draining, it doesn't mean that it doesn't retain moisture. It definitely does. But I love the fact that I don't have to worry about adding any perlite, because this particular soil doesn't have perlite. It has all natural ingredients. So for those that have never heard about Classy Rabbit, please go to classyrabbit.com. I highly endorse this soil. I love it so much. And even though I've been doing semi-hydroponic substrates like Lechuza Pond and Leca, I've actually been converting all of my plants back to soil because of this particular soil. They do offer free shipping at classyrabbit.com. Let me know in the comment section if you're interested, and hopefully you will support Classy Rabbit. I mean, have you pooped on your plants lately? I would. You'll see we are now in the lawn and garden center for Walmart. So we're going to see what kind of plants that they have available. I did want to just walk through here and see if there was any plant products. I like using Miracle-Gro all-purpose fertilizer for my plants. And, you know, as far as my outdoor garden, it is coming along. I did start some seeds, which I will be sharing with the Plant Foldy community. I've just been super busy with work again. You know, when it comes down to it, I have my seasons where I'm extremely busy. We did just have spring break, so things have just got picked up a little bit now that everybody is back from spring break. But as far as my daily life, I am really excited the fact that I am off this weekend. When I filmed this video, I was actually getting excited to be able to just relax, be able to go to a plant swap out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area by the Dallas or the DFW Plant Collective. I will be featuring that in a future video, as well as the plants by Viridiana. Those are some of the plant swaps. The Dallas plant community is a strong community, and I definitely want to feature that as I do my big box store plant shopping video. So stay tuned for that. But you can see right over here, we have some garden expert plants. Here we have some geraniums. I do like the look of geranium flowers, but the only problem is I don't like the smell of the actual leaves. So I've always had a problem with geranium plants, but you can see right here, we've got different blooms. We've got different colors, red, and we also have some pinks right over here. Now, what we will be seeing out in the outdoor garden sections for Walmart, the garden center, is you will see a lot of plants by either Garden Expert or Better Homes and Gardens. That is the line for Walmart in terms of the plants. But I'm just going to walk over here and just show you all of the annual plants. We've got a plethora of pansies and petunias, geraniums, and all of these other plants. We also have some impatiens and vincas. So I'm going to swing around here and show you these beautiful blooming plants. And here we have some Garden Expert vegetable and herbs. So this one right here are some of the peppers. I'm actually growing some peppers on a grower box. So I'm super excited for that. And I mentioned this in a lot of my videos as of recently. I will be creating a Patreon page where I will feature some of my outdoor garden plants, my outdoor garden, my Japanese maples, all of the other plant interests that I have that are not really related to indoor tropical plants. And then as far as my Patreon page, I will be putting some of my houseplant tour videos on that. I've decided it's going to be about $5 a month to be a Patreon member, but you'll have daily access to a lot of my personal plant collection. I may be writing some of my own articles in terms of my plants and my experience on growing certain plants. You will see my Aglaonema collection. I'm also thinking of doing like a monthly Zoom call so you can actually talk to me directly outside of the live premiere chats. I did want to shout out all of the plant foldies that continue to go to the live premiere chats and really just have a good time chatting with other plant lovers. I hope that if you ever get a chance to jump on a live premiere chat, usually it is scheduled for 7 p.m. Central Standard US time. It is a fun time. Please say hello to the Plant Foldy community. So I did want to just shout you guys out for that. But as you can see right here, it is a cloudy late afternoon. We've actually gotten a lot of rain from in the North Dallas area, which is where I'm based at. I'm not minding the rain at all because when summer actually hits full blown, we are going to need that water. And it's actually been really good for my outdoor plants. They're getting a lot of hydration, and my vegetables are starting to really establish their roots and put on some actual growth. But you'll see right here, if you ever want some cheap and inexpensive starter plants or vegetable plants, you definitely need to go shopping at Walmart. You can see even this hanging basket of tomatoes is only $14.97. And that's the thing about tomatoes, or if you've ever grown your own vegetables, they just taste so much better than actually even shopping for the organic or fresh vegetables that you would get at a grocery store. And I did want to show you all of these hanging basket plants. These are by Element Plants. And I was actually tempted to buy this string of bananas right over here. This one is only for $12.84, but it's put on a lot of growth. The only thing about these string of bananas is it is going to need a lot of bright indirect light. It is one of those plants that is a succulent, so you're going to have to make sure that you don't overwater it. Otherwise, it will end up going to plant heaven. But you can see, look at how pretty that is. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you actually grow string of bananas, string of dolphins, string of hearts, string of anything. Actually, I think that is such a good series of plants. Like I said, it's by Element Plants for only $12.84, which I think is such a good price. When you think about shopping at big box stores, you think about the value you get for certain plants. I know that there is a huge debate on whether small businesses don't survive because of big box store plant pricing. Like I've said in all of my videos, there is a place for everybody to shop at. I always say if you can shop small businesses, local nurseries, definitely do that, because number one, small businesses and local nurseries will have more of a selection of plants. And then number two, when you choose to shop small businesses and local nurseries, you are allowing somebody to continue their passion and their dreams. And as far as like my recommendations for the DFW area, you already know I will shout out PETA's Planters in Dallas, Texas. Definitely shop PETA's Planters. Definitely follow PETA's Planters on Instagram, as the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, which is I'm part of. We will be doing monthly live selling on the Instagram page, and PETA's Planters now does shipping, so she can ship to you guys if you want some of those plants. But going back to the plants that we're looking at Walmart, you can see that if you are into gardening, outdoor gardening, flower gardening, look at how full this particular Walmart is. I love the fact that when spring comes around, you'll see so many different varieties of petunias, as well as Bonnie plants. Bonnie plants are the #1 brand. Bonnie plants has veggies and herbs. So we're going to just pick up a couple of these plants. You can see we've got some strawberries right over here. Now, the majority of vegetables and herbs require full sun, so they definitely do better grown outdoors. I would say certain herbs can grow indoors, but they would need to be either on a west-facing or south-facing window, or need to be growing under a grow light. But as far as the quality of Bonnie plants, you can see that they've got some really good quality starter plants. For instance, this tomato right here. Shout out to anybody who actually does grow vegetables. I think that is another type of plant care that's not often talked about. Like I said in all of my other videos, it is okay to have many varieties of plant love, whether you're into the indoor tropical plants, the basic easy care plants, the rare variegated plants, or even just a different type of genus of plants. I say we all need to celebrate growing plants in general. And I featured a video where I haven't really gotten out of my niche. So here's the thing, plant foldies, and you know that I love to talk to you guys directly. I love to tell you exactly what I'm thinking. But when it comes to making content on YouTube, the thing about it is there is what they call a niche, where you have to really stay in that lane. Otherwise, the video may not necessarily be pushed out to your viewers or subscribers. I want to go against the grain slightly, because I believe that somebody can have multiple interests. So whether it's plants, origami, art, I don't feel like a certain YouTube channel needs to be confined to just one channel niche. I think that the individual or the content creator should have the freedom and also the support by the social media platform to be able to push out whatever content we want to push out to anybody that might be interested. So I just found it really interesting that, for instance, YouTube did mention that my Metro Maples video, which I believe is one of my best videos I've created, which featured Japanese maples, less of my, I guess, current viewers showed less interest on it. I would say for those that did skip through it, click the wait for it, or didn't even click the thumbnail, I ask that you do give it a chance to take a look at Japanese maples. And then also the outdoor gardening features I will do in the future. And the reason why I say that is sometimes being exposed to something that you've never really been interested in, it can open a whole new world of plant love. And that is what I also want to utilize this platform for, is to really get people interested in some of my interests that I may not necessarily put out there as of recent. So like you will see me post more origami paper crane folding videos. And it's interesting because sometimes I will insert like a minute of me folding origami paper cranes. And even on my YouTube analytics, it shows that people will just stop watching the video altogether. So I suppose I need to be a little bit more cautious about some of the content I put out there that's not necessarily within the original niche, which is, and I'll say it again because it is one of those YouTube keywords, big box store plant shopping. It's interesting that if you even just put that on a title or have some type of content revolving around big box store plant shopping, the algorithm will push it to more content, for more people. But for me, it is all about trying to break people out of that niche. I mean, take a look at this. Coleus plants, for instance. This one right here is only for $17.97 by Garden Expert by Walmart. Love the look of Coleus plants. Did you know that Coleus can actually be grown as an indoor tropical plant? It's not necessarily a plant that you can, consider as a patio garden plant. Many people will think of a Coleus plant as a plant that belongs outdoors, but there is a whole fandom of people who absolutely love Coleus, and that is me included. What I love about Coleus is the propagation that you can do with them. They're so easy to propagate. They have higher success rates being put straight into soil. So say if you were to just take a cutting off of this Coleus, for instance, stick it into soil, within 2 to 3 days, it's already got roots. That is how fast Coleus will, actually propagate. And there's so many colorful varieties of it. I would ask any of the plant foldies that might be interested to take a look at this plant and see if you want to grow it. And then I'm just going to show you all of these gorgeous plant containers, all of these combination containers by Better Homes and Garden. I do find that the different color combinations are beautiful. So you've got Calibentroa, I think that's how you pronounce it, petunias and other flowering plants. So I'm going to just walk around here and show you all of these combination containers. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think about these outdoor plants, and please don't be impatient. I will definitely get to the indoor tropical plants. So I hope that you will continue to watch this video, because I already know when it comes down to it, some people have very, very specific niche. So if you don't see that indoor tropical plant or that variegated monstera or some type of philodendron, don't think that I'm not featuring that plant. I just want to show you all the plants that I love. So when you talk about I love plants, I definitely do love plants. I love all sorts of plants. I mean, flowers, for instance. Who doesn't want to grow flowers? I love flowers. I used to have like a flower garden when I was younger, where I would grow flowers from seed. But let's go ahead and just keep walking around here and showing you all of the beautiful plants that we are seeing enter big box stores like Walmart during spring 2025. I'm going to see if I get a plant haul, a shopping haul available for you as well. I passed by so many gorgeous hybrids of petunias. You've seen some of my marigolds that I absolutely love. And then you can just see all these combination containers by Better Homes and Gardens. I mean, look at this aster flower right here. Love the lavenders and the pinks. And this is only for $11.97. So what you would do is just grab that container, and if you want to upsize it and put it in a planter that's like maybe an inch or two, you have an instant patio accent that you can put out in full sun. You can see this one right here too. I love the bluish color of the flowers, the lobelia with the calabentroa flowers here. So you've got the red and then you've got the orange. I really love the combination of blue and orange. I mean, take a look at that right there. What a beautiful combination container. And you know, as far as combination containers, whenever it goes to like outdoor plants or flowering plants, they always make sense. I wouldn't necessarily say that indoor tropical plant combination containers really make sense to me, at least. Let me know in the comment section if they do, but let me pan away here and just show you all the beautiful flowers they have at this Walmart. Over here, we've got some beautiful sweet potato vines. We've got the neon one, and then take a look at this right here. So I am really curious if anybody's tried to grow this particular plant indoors as like a hanging basket or like a trailing plant. Love neon colored plants. This one is by Better Homes and Garden, and this one is only for $3.97. As far as Walmart, Walmart is one of the places where if you're looking to save money, if you're looking for that value on plants, if you're looking to start a plant collection, you definitely can shop at Walmart. You know, big box store plant shopping, as I've said in multiple videos, people have their various opinions on it. Some people believe that if you shop big box stores, then you're not necessarily supporting small businesses. Big box stores may necessarily take smaller businesses out. I always say, and I've said this earlier in the video, you can choose to shop where you want to shop. I say, as a plant foldie, shop at various areas. If you want to shop at a big box store and get you some good value plants, do that. But also remember the small businesses, the local businesses, support them as well. I don't feel like you have to confine yourself to a specific place to go shopping for plants. The majority of my plant shopping videos are big box store because, number one, I want to appeal to the masses in terms of not everybody is lucky to live out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where we have our options for local small businesses. So I just want to make sure to put that out there, that you can shop where you want to shop, but just be, open to shopping everywhere. And then you can see right over here, we've got lots of beautiful plants. I just showed you that beautiful kirigami plant right there. That's basically the, I think the state flower of the Colorado, one of my favorite plants. And then we just have more Better Homes and Gardens annual plants. I'm going to show you this. So this is the Coleus campfire, and I'm super tempted to buy this because I grew one of this last year, $5.94. It grows so fast, and guess what? The Coleus campfire can actually grow out in full sun. Yes, full sun. And actually, when you give it full sun, it becomes even fiery red. Less light for it will give it more of a bronzy yellowish tone. But if you wanted to have that orange tone or that reddish tone, you want to give it all the light you can give it. This plant again can be grown indoors, and it's got that velvety textured leaf color. I love Coleus plants because again, it is one of those plants that is not really collected as often by indoor tropical plant collectors, but it is one of my favorite plants. My family is originally from the Philippines, and in the Philippines, we call the Coleus plant Mayana plant, and these are readily available as well. They grow most of these plants out in actually full sun. Now, here's the thing about Coleus plants. Coleus plants tend to want to grow in shadier areas, but they have hybrids now where they call them sun Coleus, where they are thriving in full sun. I've seen neighborhoods out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where they have like Coleus plants that get up to like 3 to 4 feet in height, and they just make such good annual plants. Now, if you want to grow them or overwinter them, you can take cuttings, put them in water, and just let them root. And then when the weather is warm again, you can just pot them up in soil substrates. And then over here, we've got some dianthus for $9.97. I really love the look of these flowers. They remind me of Coleus, not Coleus plants. I'm thinking of Coleus plants, but they remind me of carnation flowers, beautiful ones as well. And I believe this one is a perennial. And then I'm just going to go show you all of these petunias and other Better Homes and Garden plants. Let me know in the comment section, because we are about to get into the indoor tropical plants. But like I said again, I have to feature big box store Walmart garden centers. You know, garden centers are the best places to go shopping if you are looking for inexpensive plants, cheap and inexpensive plants. With the economy that we are currently living in, where there is that uncertainty about, just I guess money in general, you have to really be mindful about your finances. And for me, it is all about trying to save as much money. But at the same time, if you find a plant and you feel like it is a need today, you go ahead and buy it. $12.97. Proven winner plants. Banana cream 2. These are some large flowering plants. Look at how gorgeous that flower is. Proven winner plants. Whether it's proven winner leaf joy, proven winner outdoor garden plants, proven winner plants are plants that I would say is synonymous to outdoor gardening, but I love the fact that they've actually gotten into indoor tropical plants. And I did want to show you this. Look at this Mexican feather grass for $8.77 by Garden Expert. Garden Expert is another Walmart owned brand. You can see that it's such an interesting plant right here. This is really just, it looks like dead grass, but it's actually thriving. So this Mexican feather grass, that is quite interesting, would definitely be an interesting thing to put in your outdoor landscape. And then I'm going to spin around here again and show you the bluish purple kirigami flowers. Again, this is the flower of state flower of Colorado. This is the Aglaonema flower. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It is a perennial, and I actually have this one that grew for me last year, as well as the pink one that I planted in my landscape last year. And as I was walking my yard the other day, my backyard the other day, I did see that it was coming back. So I'm super excited about that. Really love the look of this flower because it reminds me of origami, and I would say origami kusudamas. For those that want to get to know me a little bit more, I really love Japanese culture, whether it's loose leaf green teas, whether it's their textiles and their fabrics, whether it's their ceramics, and whether it's their Japanese maples. Anything that's Japanese culture related, I definitely love that. And the kirigami flower that I was just showing you earlier, it just has such a beautiful structure where it reminds me of origami. And then you can see right over here, we've got some more dianthus flowers. And I didn't realize that dianthus actually were perennials again. And for those that are new to the term perennials means that it is a plant depending on your grow zone. So my grow zone is 8B. It will actually be a plant that can grow through a growing season, and then it will die off in the winter and then come back in the spring or early summer. But you can see right here, my favorite flower, I would say, is this kirigami flower. I love the color of this. Plant foldies, I really want your commentary on this specific flower because it is one of my favorites. I feel like it adds a cherry blossom look. Something about it is very whimsical, very magical. And I'm just going to go ahead and pan around here and show you the details of this flower. say that that flower is just stunning, as well as these African marigolds. Look at how big the blooms are. Marigolds really do hold a piece of my heart, just because as a kid, I got into growing flowers because I remember buying a McDonald's Happy Meal, and the Happy Meal had a small greenhouse and like a seed packet of marigolds, and I was able to actually grow them. And it just kind of started my my plant journey in terms of growing flowers from seed. You can see that there's some more kirigami flowers. Now these ones are a little bit more cost effective. They've got the yellow variety right over here. These ones I believe are only for $5.77 because this one is by Garden Expert by Walmart. So Garden Expert is another Walmart owned brand, and also Better Homes and Garden is another Walmart owned brand. I would say the Garden Expert is more of the cost effective or lower end brand for Walmart, but needless to say, they are still beautiful plants. And if you're going to go with Garden Expert, you're going to save a lot of money for it. And then you can see right here, we've got some Asiatic lilies. So I'm just going to walk over here and show you the different varieties. So many beautiful colors, and I just love flowering plants. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you also grow flowers. Feel free to leave your plant insights. And if you made it this far into the video and you have not hit the thumbs up or press the thumbs up or like button, please definitely do that, because I will be featuring the indoor tropical plants in just a second. Before I just pan around here, I did want to go invite everybody to the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, so definitely check this out.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from I Love Plants.
And I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you going to do? You're going to share the video.
You have
what you're
to.
gonna do.
Have to. Today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one. Now we are looking at all the indoor tropical plants. So the majority of these plants will definitely be from Costa Farms plant, as well as Growers Bench plant, wild interior plant. So the first one up, and you already know it is one of my favorite plants. It's my favorite plant to grow. This is an Aglaonema golden fluorite for $19.84. That is the retail value for this particular plant by Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. I hope that this year Costa Farms will lead the way in terms of releasing even more rare and uncommon Aglaonema. They have released so many colorful ones already, and I'm hoping that they will do so. You can see right here, this is another hanging basket. This is what you call a strawberry begonia for $19.84 in an 8-inch hanging basket planter. I prefer the 6-inch hanging basket planters from Costa Farms, but you get so much value from Costa Farms. And I know that a lot of people have their opinions about Costa Farms, but what I will tell you about Costa Farms, and this is just me meeting the team behind them, I think that their staff is really kind. I think that Costa Farms is able to provide a lot of these big box store plants that we would never really see, plants that we would spend hundreds of dollars for. Now they are a little bit more cost effective for the average person. Because here's the thing. Plants should never be exclusive to just one particular person who might have the funds to be able to collect these plants. Plants should be available for everybody. So whenever you go to like a big box store, you'll see Costa Farms plants like this Polynesian ivy, for instance, I think is only $15.84. This plant is more reasonably priced to where you can buy this plant. You can collect this plant, you can share this plant with others, and you can bring even more joy to somebody else versus paying hundreds of dollars or even just a little bit more than some of these plant pricing. And that's the reason why I feel like with Costa Farms, they have so many plants that they have released out into the market. Had Costa Farms not released a lot of these plants out into the market, it would be more challenging. For instance, certain philodendron, certain even the Monstera Thai constellation, things of that nature, at least it's more readily available, which makes the year 2025 even more exciting for those that are just getting into plants. plants. I would say the majority of the plant craze really happened when the pandemic happened in 2020. For me, I've always loved plants regardless, and I actually had a YouTube channel earlier where I was featuring a lot of my Japanese maples and my bonsai, for instance. But then, I kind of got burnt out with plants. I ended up having a really massive pest infestation. So, growing plants like this Ficus shivriana, for instance, $15.97, I kind of gave up on it because it was really tough for me to lose over 200 types of plants. And so I took a break from it. But, over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, doing YouTube plant shopping videos, I've just really been inspired to continue to go. And I did want to say thank you. Thank you to the plant foldies. You know who you guys are that continue to support and watch my videos. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel valued that I'm able to give you content that provides either entertainment, a sense of community, or just to take up your time. If you're doing plant chores, just go ahead and binge my videos. I love it. You've mentioned that you've done that, and that's the reason why even if I'm tired, even after a 10-hour working day, I will go out to a big box store or even a local nursery and just film plants of me picking up plants and just showing you all of this gorgeous greenery. But you'll see that a lot of these plants are all over. That's the only critique I will say about this Walmart is they have so many plants, but I feel like they can do a little bit more organization. I mean, you can see right here, $15.97. This is a Philodendron Prince of Orange by Costa Farms. So they've released this, and what a beautiful plant. I love the color orange on a lot of plants. I feel like that is starting to become trendy. And for me, it is all about getting these plants to acclimate into your spaces, because as much as I want to go pick up every single plant and actually buy it, I have been very good about just not picking up plants and buying it. There has to be an intentional reason for me to pick up the plant. And for me, this year, it's all about finding plants that are just going to grow for me long term. I am curious, plant foldies. This is my call to action, I suppose, for this video is let me know in the comment section if number one, you are growing plants outdoors, what plants you're growing. Number two, what plants you're wanting to collect this year. And then number three, what plants would you like for me to feature in future plant shopping videos? I will definitely make them, especially if you take the time to leave that in the comments section, because you can see right here, I mean, Costa Farms, they just have so many plants that they've released out into the market. I mean, the ZZ plant, that's the Raven ZZ. I find it super elegant. You can see right here, this one is by Garden Expert, and it's only for $9.97. It is branded as Garden Expert, but this is actually a Costa Farms plant. So if it was labeled Costa Farms, typically it'll be $12.97. But if you go shopping at Walmart, like I said, Walmart is a place where if you go shopping, you will save money. That is only $9.97 for that Dieffenbachia. You can see right over here, this is a Philodendron White Wizard. That's not a White Knight. The White Wizard has green petioles, and that's something I learned from the plant foldy community. Thank you guys for always teaching me something as well, reaching out to me and telling me the details of specific plants. I never claim to be a plant expert. The only thing I claim to be is somebody that's going to be consistent about making plant content. plant foldies, you see that there are tons of Costa Farms plants right over here. Now we have a mixture of self-watering planters for $15.98. And then we also have the trending tropical plants. This one is another Aglaonema golden fluorite, $19.84 in a 6-inch planter. Love the Aglaonema golden fluorite. And for those that are wanting to find an easy to care for plant, one that is more low light tolerant and drought tolerant, fussy, but not really fussy. Actually, it's really not fussy. You need to go ahead and get yourself an Aglaonema. I am on a campaign to really popularize Aglaonema. I feel like if people talk more about Aglaonemas on social media, post about Aglaonema, obsess about Aglaonema, buy Aglaonema, ask sellers to go sell Aglaonema, perhaps, just perhaps, we can make a new trend and actually get people to be more interested in these gorgeous plants. I truly believe that Aglaonema are underrated because number one, there isn't really a high value placed on Aglaonema. Number two, I think in the US market, there's not many varieties to choose from except the ones that Costa Farms has pushed out. And then number three, there hasn't been a big social media presence for Aglaonema. When you think about like variegated monstera, variegated philodendron hybrid crosses, and obviously the anthurium craze where everybody is cross-pollinating, cross-breeding anthuriums and posting about it. I think that that's really what drives popularity within a plant. So for Aglaonema, if you are a plant foldy, if you consider yourself a super plant foldy, I do ask if you have any Aglaonema in your plant collection, go ahead and post about it. Tag me at GrowFolds on Instagram and use the hashtag popularize Aglaonema. Also use the hashtag GrowFolds, hashtag plant foldies. That way we can all connect and really get that plant trending. So as far as all of the plants here, the majority of the plants you will find at Walmart will be mostly from Costa Farms. You can even see they have the Costa Farms Island Bloom series, which is basically the tropical plants that can be grown outdoors as like a patio container type plant. And then we have this right here. This is a Garden Expert hanging basket for $12.97. It is also another Costa Farms golden pothos. So this is a Costa Farms plant, but under the Walmart brand of Garden Expert. That is an inexpensive house plant that you can add to your plant collection. I do think that most people should have at least one Epipremnum aureum or golden pothos plant. I think that that is another plant that, while it's very common, while most people will find it lesser value unless it's one of those Japanese pothos from the Teruno series, I do think it is a plant that's not going to give you a lot of headache because it's just a fast growing plant. It's another plant that you can easily propagate. It's another plant that you can either grow as a trailing plant or a plant that can grow up a totem pole, some type of moss pole, and you'll see larger leaves. Now over here is an Alocasia Milo. So these fancy Alocasia have made it into the market since last year by Growers Bench. I remember first seeing this at another Walmart last year. You can see that this one is for $17.94. And as far as Alocasia, I want to collect them, but they need to be growing in a semi-hydroponic substrate called Lechuza Pond. I've tried to grow Alocasias in leca, and they don't always do the transfer well. I always say if you put an Alocasia in semi-hydroponic substrate, specifically leca, it has that that phoenix phase, the phoenix phase, where basically the Alocasia dies down to like one leaf and then it eventually pushes out new growth. So there was an actual Alocasia video that I did where I transferred a black Alocasia into leca that I bought from Plant Keeper, which is another local plant nursery out in Dallas. It was absolutely beautiful. And then after 2 weeks, the plant severely declined to the point where I really thought it was gonna die, but I just went ahead and cut it back to just like the stump, and eventually it pushed out new growth. So that is my term called the phoenix phase, where a plant acclimates, but it pretty much has to die down to the point where you think it's dead, and then it rises from the ashes and is reborn into a new plant. So that is my new phrase. Just like I say Hydra Helix, we have the phoenix phase. So a new plant foldy term. So if you have a plant that has pretty much died all the way down to the point where you think it's already made it into plant heaven, but it rises back out, that is what you call the phoenix phase. But anyways, to go back to the plants, you can see that Costa Farms has just a lot of these trendy tropical plants. This one is the Raven ZZ plant. I love this plant. I find this plant very elegant. I find it one of those plants that if you put it in a very minimalistic planter, specifically a white planter right next to just a white wall, it just pops. And I just find it super elegant, very modern looking. And, you know, while most people will look at a ZZ plant as a basic plant, the Raven ZZ is one that has a really good leaf interest. And we also have a bunch of golden crocodile or philodendron golden crocodile. So that is the serrated philodendrons that you've seen. So there's like this whole series where you have the philodendron caramel marble, which is really the highly sought out philodendron that is in that family. And then we also have the philodendron ring of fire. Now this is a new self-watering planter by Costa Farms. If you see the texture, this is another trending tropical plant. This is a Monstera Peru or Monstera Galaxy Green. I really love this Monstera as well. Look at that texture on the leaves. And, you know, a friend of mine, actually, another plant foldy named Sean, actually gifted me one. He found it on clearance at Walmart for only $8. So in terms of other ways to save money on buying plants or plant shopping, you can always look for plants to get marked down for clearance. I know Walmart will also clearance out their plants. Lowe's definitely clearances out their plants. Now Home Depot and Target don't really clearance out their plants. So those are two big box stores that I don't think you would find the biggest sales in terms of plants. But if you go to Walmart and if you get lucky during a time when a vendor is out there actually marking down the prices on the plants, you may be able to find one that's actually super healthy. But as you can see right here, this specific Walmart has all of their indoor tropical plants outdoors. What I worry about is during the summertime when all of these plants are outside in 100-degree weather, they take a beating. But let me go ahead and just continue to show you some more of the hanging baskets by Costa Farms. The 8-inch hanging baskets are again for only $19.84. Now this is an interesting plant find. This is an Epipremnum aureum Yesenia pothos. So this specific pothos, I would say, is the one pothos that has really interesting variegation. You can see that it's definitely got something that's a little bit different. The only thing I will say about this plant is if you do not give it enough light, it could easily revert back to green. But what I've also noticed is if you chop it back and propagate the plant, it will actually push out more of that variegation, that Yesenia variegation. But this is a plant that you must, and I say you must, give it lots of bright light in order for it to really push out that that variegation. I would even say that the Yesenia pothos, surprisingly, especially with Costa Farms releasing it, actually has very unstable variegation. I don't think the variegation is that stable to the point where it will always hold it. But if you have grow lights, if you put it right next to a south-facing window or a west-facing window, then you should be able to keep that variegation. Now, this particular pothos is a pearls and jade pothos. $20.84. I'm actually thinking about getting a Costa Farms hanging basket of pearls and jade pothos because I really love how the leaves have like a really unique shape about it, but also the leaves, even if you don't give it as much bright indirect light, it will not really revert back to green. So that's one interesting thing about this particular pothos. The only problem I have with this pothos is when you compare it to the golden pothos, the neon pothos, the jade pothos, and even the marble queen pothos, the ones with larger leaves, this one is a little bit slower growing. It's not as slow growing as, say, the Enjoy pothos, but it is a slow growing pothos. Needless to say, if you were to grow this pothos on a moss pole or a totem pole and let the aerial roots attach, it will give you some large, beautiful variegated leaves to the point where it's almost like a cost-effective Monstera albo. It has that kind of look about it. So as far as getting the maturity on this particular pothos, I think it's worth growing this on a totem pole, a moss pole. As long as the aerial roots start to attach to something, it is when it actually starts to get really large variegated leaves. I would even say the Manjula pothos is another pothos that would be stunning to grow onto a moss pole or a totem pole. The mature leaves are, a sight to behold. It is one where, again, the versatility of growing pothos plants, whether it's a trailing plant or a plant that is climbing, is really magnificent in that sense where you can actually style your plant, in a different type of way. Philodendron hederaceum Brazil, another beautiful, classic, easy to care for plant, another plant that is cost effective, will save you money on your budget. And if you're going to buy it from Costa Farms, look at how full and established that Philodendron Brazil is. And then we also have the mascot of my YouTube channel, which is the Aglaonema red Siam. And the only reason why this is really the mascot of the YouTube channel of mine is because this is a common plant. This is a universal plant. This is a plant that is cost effective. This is a plant that isn't really picky in its environment. And, for me, that is really what I want my YouTube channel to also resonate. It's a channel for anybody that loves any type of plant, whether it's the indoor tropical plants, vegetable gardening, herb gardening, bonsai, Japanese maples, conifers, succulents and cactus, anything that is plant related. I want everybody to feel welcome because I feel like there are different types of plant foldies, and I do ask anybody that's watching that isn't all about the indoor tropical plants that I'm currently featuring, let me know what type of plant foldie you are. If you are a succulent lover, if you love euphorbias, if you love bonsai, because you know what, despite the fact that my Metro Maples Japanese maple video didn't get nearly as much traction as all of my big box or plant shopping videos, I am determined to show you guys more bonsai videos, more Japanese maple videos, more Satsuki azalea videos, because that's something that I'm really into. I just happen to not film it, and it's because there's not as many venues for me to go out and film that type of content. I did connect with some of my friends that also grow Japanese maples. They have extensive gardens, and feel free to let me know if you would be interested to see that, because I will be featuring that on the channel. Now we are looking at the Garden Expert plants. So these are plants, again, by Costa Farms. These are plants that Walmart has sourced out from Costa Farms. This is an Epipremna alplissimum. This one is called the Silver Streak Pothos. And here's the thing, that one is in a 6-inch planter for $9.97. But Costa Farms released this as a trending tropical plant about 2 years ago, where it was like $19.84. So you can see how Walmart makes it affordable, makes it cost effective, makes it budget friendly for you to go shopping for plants. And for me, I do shop at a lot of local plant nurseries. I definitely shop Peta's Planters. I recently went shopping at a couple of Dallas plant swaps. One Plants by Viridiana, as well as the Dallas, the DFW Plant Collective. But if you're looking for plants that are also cost effective, I mean, you got to look at Garden Expert expert as well. You can see this one is a Dieffenbachia. And so I'm just going to go show you what other garden expert plants we have here. What I would want to also say is you can hear that this is my dance track for the Grow Folds Plant Foldy community. The track is called You're on the Beat by DJ Bang Beats. Please follow him on Instagram at DJ Bang Beats. He also has a website, djbangbeats.com. He does DJing, parties, weddings of that nature in the Houston area. So definitely hit up my friend Derek on that. He has been so gracious to provide non-copyrighted music, his original music for the Grow Folds Plant Foldy community, because I did have a slight issue with some of the non-copyrighted music I use where it ended up being flagged by YouTube as ad revenue sharing. And I just believe that if I'm putting all the hours of work into making YouTube content for some passive income, I would like to reap the benefits 150%. And so I'm really thankful to Derek, my friend. So definitely check him out and definitely check this out. So I know Target actually started carrying houseplants, and they actually had a bunch of Epipremnum aureum Champs Ulysses. So here's the thing about this beautiful neon colored pothos. Notice that it has some unique texture on the leaves. It almost looks like rubber plastic. And this is an original pothos plant from the Teruno World series, which is actually a series of Japanese pothos. And if you've never heard of Japanese pothos, there are so many varieties of them. The one right next to the left side right there is a global green pothos, which is another Japanese pothos. So when you think about mutations, new cultivars, Japan really leads the way in terms of finding new variegations or new varieties of pothos plants. And that really starts with a pothos plant mutating or finding some type of variegation, some type of texture or leaf shape. I mean, you can see right here, this is another Champs Ulysses pothos. Love this one, and I do love the neon colored leaves. It is definitely a slower growing pothos when you compare it to my favorite pothos, which is the neon pothos. And like all my videos, whenever I talk about pothos plants, I have to ask the viewers and the plant foldies, those that are watching, how do you pronounce pothos? Do you pronounce pothos as in pothos, pothos, or if you want to say it like me, Epipremnum aureum? Please leave that in the comments below. I would love that. I guess if I get a lot of engagement on how you say pothos, I might get closer to finishing my Grow Folds Houseplant Tour 2025. If you guys are interested on that, I've seen you guys actually use the hashtag Grow Folds Houseplant Tour 2025. Continue to do that in the comment section. It's just going to get me a little bit more excited to finally release that for the plant foldy community. I have been talking about it for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen this year, just depending on how I get my house actually styled and set up for the YouTube channel. And some news. So I talk about being faceless on YouTube. I might actually consider going full on face on YouTube, but that will either come on season 3 Cultivation Corner. It depends on whether we get 1,500 plant foldies to join the Cultivation Corner YouTube channel. So if you are a plant foldy and you are not subscribed to Cultivation Corner YouTube channel, please do so. We would really like that connection. It's one of my projects that I work alongside with Janae Simone and Stephen of I Live Plants. If you haven't subscribed to their YouTube channels, definitely check it out. But it is one that I am very much into, because just as much as I love to talk about plants on this channel, the conversations we have on Cultivation Corner, it's really meaningful, at least to us three, and for those that are also full-fledged cultivators. That's what we call the plant foldies, and anybody that watches Cultivation Corner, the cultivators, definitely check that out. But I may go face on, like actually do a face reveal on the Cultivation Corner season 3. We are almost done with season 2, so definitely check it out. But as I continue to show you the plants here, you can see that this Walmart has quite a bit of houseplants. Like I said, my only critique is if they would have just organized the plants by the species, or just had better merchandising. I really think a lot of these plants would end up selling. I would say, as far as the health of the plants, they're still fairly healthy. Now, there are some plants I would think need to get marked down, but otherwise there's still a pretty good selection at this particular Walmart. And this particular Walmart, I was able to find the first Monstera Thai constellations that were released at Walmart. And speaking of finding plant finds, take a look at this. So this is a new Costa Farms Trending Tropical release. This is another philodendron. It looks like a philodendron verrucosum, but it might be labeled something else. But $19.84. I was super tempted to purchase this plant. Look at the velvety textured leaves. Look at the petioles. Everything about it. This is such a nice looking philodendron. However, I have learned that, as much as I love this philodendron, I just know that I may not necessarily have the growing conditions or the growing environment for it. And also, I don't think I have the time to just stay on top of its basic care needs, such as watering. And that's the reason why earlier this year, or the last couple of months, I have converted a lot of my plants to semi-hydro. Here's the thing. Some of my plants that were converted into semi-hydro may not be doing as well as if they had stayed in their soil substrate. So, it's really a balance on certain things. Some plants actually acclimate to semi-hydro better than others. The only reason why I grow plants in semi-hydro is because I literally just don't have the time to water all my plants, or to be quite frank, I'm just lazy. There are times where I've been through work, a 10-hour day at work, and then I also have filming that I do, editing, engagement with the plant foldy community, and then also just interacting and making sure that I am present for the people that are in my daily real life outside of YouTube. So it's a lot, but I just love balancing all of that around. And if you guys continue to just engage with me, if you want to see me film plants, definitely let me know in the comment section. But as far as today's plant shopping video, that I have to go feature outdoor gardening plants. I actually spent quite a bit of time in my backyard cleaning it up and trying to set it up. I know you guys have requested me to show some of my plants. Next week I will actually show my outdoor garden. It's not a lot, but at least you'll see a lot of my Japanese maples and my maples in general that are leafing out. I just have to remulch the flower beds and of that, and all of those things to just kind of set it up for YouTube, because just like everybody else, sometimes there is a little bit of judgment on social media. So I don't really want to get either bashed for not having a cool garden, but at the end of the day, I know that the plant foldies that truly support me will love the content regardless of what it looks like. So I'm just gonna walk over here and just show you a couple more of the outdoor plants, and then pan around and show you some more of the plants and give you my final thoughts. Let's go look at these Costa Farms accent plants. Tons of hibiscus and alocasia, and all of these are really priced well as for the plants this season. So you can see that I actually found a sport variegated alocasia, and I'm really wanting to buy one of these compact cordyline tea plants right there. That's a pretty cool one. And so let's just keep walking around here and seeing what else they have. And take a look at these gorgeous proven winner plants. So proven winner plants, these are plants that are really known for their outdoor plants, gardening plants. You see them all over YouTube. Proven Winners Leaf Joy Series, Proven Winners H2O Bowls. All of those plants are provided by Proven Winners, but you can see right here, they do have a selection of different types of hibiscus. One thing that I will say, if you want to know a little bit more about the Philippines, is in the Philippines, we call hibiscus sampaguita, and that's another plant that just grows so easy in the Philippines. You know, it's interesting how a Southeast Asian country, the concept of indoor plants is not really a thing, because a lot of these plants that we find potted up here in the United States, at least, in the Philippines, they just grow outdoors, full sun, and they are just living their best life. They don't need humidifiers. We don't need to fertilize them. We don't need to put them in chunky aeroid mix. But anyways, as I finish this this plant shopping, I did want to go pan out again and show you some of the beautiful flowers. I think I'm going to end up buying more of these kirigami flowers right here, especially this pink one, just because it gives me that sakura or cherry blossom vibe. I am going to probably start inserting some more of my origami paper crane folding in my videos. Hopefully, Plant Foldies, YouTube will not say that you just swiped away or stopped watching if I were to put like a 1-minute clip of me folding that, because I like to just give you guys a little bit more sprinkle of things that I am passionate about and I am in love with. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, if you love the video today, please hit the like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. You already know our community is growing at a rapid pace because you guys hit that like button. You guys also watch through my videos, and I really appreciate that as well. And then on the left side of the screen, please check out the video that's featured on the left side, or the playlist, if you want more content. This is Richie at Grow Folds. I will come out with a brand new video the next day. I'll see you then. Bye.